All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to ratazah, it'll be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And it's going to be real quick. This is an article that I saw in my news feed. I'm going to read a little bit of it, and then I'll read a couple scriptures, and I'll call it a day, call it a night. I don't want to ratazah, it'll be edifying as usual, all right? And this is off of Sky News, and it's from today, Thursday, February 2nd, 2023, the hopeful year where all the prophecies are fulfilled, all right? So it reads, North Korea says U.S. drills push tensions to extreme redline and threatens overwhelming nuclear force. Because that's the times that we're living in. We're not living in the time of peace. We're living in a time of war, okay? So, matter of fact, let me hit this real quick. Matthew 10:34. Think not that I come to send peace on the earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. And that's straight out of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach's mouth. And because you can see those words are in red. Again, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send a peace. I came not to send peace, but a sword. So that's a cut to you wacky tacky Christians. That's you John 3:16 bug outs. God is all love. That's a cut to you. All right. The Lord said He's coming to bring a sword, destruction. All right. And that day is quickly approaching. All right. So going back to the article. Again, it says North Korea says U.S. drills push tensions to extreme redline and threatens overwhelming nuclear force. And that's how America, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed through nuclear destruction, intercontinental ballistic missiles, thermal nuclear destruction. That's going to refresh, renew the earth. All right? Fire's the ultimate cleaning agent. All right? Water and fire. That's the second death. And that day is quickly approaching, man. So it says, citing a visit to Seoul by U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who with his South Korean counterpart vowed to expand military exercises to counter North Korea's weapons development. Pyongyang warns the move threatens to turn the region into a huge war arsenal. It says North Korea has said U.S. military drills with South Korea are pushing tensions to an extreme redline. Yeah, tensions are at an all-time high, man. This third woe is coming quickly, you know? It's right around the corner. We're at the door. But as usual, we know that the third woe will not officially pop off until that charagma, that MOTB, that RFID CHIP is made mandatory. All right, that's the next major prophecy we're looking for. Then all bets are off. All hell is gonna break loose. The third woe is right there, and then our redemption is right there after that. Jacob's trouble is right there. The hour of temptation. All these things are drawing nigh. Again, it says North Korea has said U.S. military drills with South Korea are pushing tensions to an extreme redline, and that it is prepared to counter the moves with the most overwhelming nuclear force. The statement by the country's foreign ministry, carried by state news agency KCNA, said Pyongyang was not interested in dialogue as long as Washington pursues hostile policies. Let's see. The military and political situation on the Korean Peninsula and in the region has reached an extreme redline due to the reckless military confrontational maneuvers and hostile acts of the U.S. and its vassal forces, it said. Because we know ultimately all wars are bankers' wars. And we know the wicked elite, war is big business, man. War is big business. And that's one of the main things that the West likes to do, chiefly America, especially once it's, because America's losing its hegemony. So what are they going to do? They're gonna war. They're going to go to war. And it's going to be an all-out war, a world war. The third woe. It's coming quickly. So it says, and America is provoking these nations, and they're not scared anymore. As I'm going to bring out in Joel, let the weak say I'm strong. First and foremost, they got nuclear capabilities also, man. And they're clicked up. And what Gog and Magog, Russia's coming to their defense. He's going to be a guard unto them. China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, all these nations are going to be clicked up. They're ultimately going to hate the whore and burn them with fire, okay? So it says, during a visit to Seoul this week, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin with his South Korean counterpart vowed to expand military exercises and deploy more strategic assets such as aircraft carriers and long-range bombers to counter North Korea's weapons development. The same thing that happened to the ancient Roman Empire. They were spread thin, you sending military equipment and so on and so forth and resources over there to the Ukraine. Now you're gonna send more military equipment to South Korea. You're spreading yourself thin, and that was the downfall of Rome, ancient Rome. No new thing under the sun. It says Pyongyang warned the move threatened to turn the peninsula into a huge war arsenal and made in a more critical war zone. North Korea said it would respond to any military moves by the U.S. and had strong counteraction strategies, including the most overwhelming nuclear force if necessary. And you best believe them missiles them nukes, them ICBMs will be shot off because it's part of the Lord of Hosts, Yahweh's army. All right. He what's that? He maketh the smith that bloweth the coal. Roughly paraphrasing. Those are part of his artillery, his weapons of indignation. So it says, last year North Korea conducted a record number of ballistic missile tests, which are banned by UN Security Council resolutions. It was also observed reopening its shuttered nuclear weapons test site. All right, and it says, you got a picture of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un along with his daughter walks away from an intercontinental ballistic missile, an ICBM, in this undated photo released in November 19th, 2022. And these missiles will be used, man. Putin already said he's not bluffing, So it says, when asked about the tensions with North Korea, Mr. Austin said the U.S. goal was to promote greater security and stability and that it remained committed to defending South Korea. We will continue to work alongside our allies and train and ensure that we maintain credible and ready forces, he said. You can read a little bit more, but that's the point, man. Tensions are at an all-time high, man. Tensions are in an all-time high because that's the times that we're living in. We're not living in a time of peace, as I read. All right? We're living in a time of wars and rumors of wars, which is ultimately going to lead to the third woe, But prior to that, it's going to be what? Race wars, class wars, all type of hell breaking loose, man, Beautiful times. That means our redemption is nigh, This is Joel 3:9, straight to the point. Proclaim me this among the Gentiles, which are the other nations, all right? Prepare war. And that's what they're doing. They're preparing for war, running joint military exercises. You got, America provoking these people, not to mention, I didn't even get into Amalek, Amalek, as it says, the least of the flock shall draw them out. Something's going to happen and they're going to say enough is enough, And so it says, proclaim me this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Take all your resources, your time and your energy, you know, and not don't put it into agricultural things anymore. Put it into what? Military things, weapon, artillery, you know, because what we're gonna go to war, you know, you know. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, because it's gonna be a world war, okay, you know. So it says thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened, and he's stirring them up right now. He's waking them up, you know. And come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's decision, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. That's the times that we're living in. The third woe is coming quickly. This is close out here, real quick. Matter of fact, I start at 1. Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, travailing in greatness of his strength. And because that's Yahushua Hamashiach. And he's coming in his all his glory, man, in his full strength. He's coming as a conquering Lion of Judah with the thousands of heavens, all the angels, man. You know, in the midst of the third woe, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel? This symbolizes all the blood that's going to be shed, all the death. Isaiah 66:16, the slain of the Lord shall be many, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, because the Lord is angry with the world. He's angry with 2/3 of his own people, and he's angry with the heathens, chiefly Esau, Edom, and all these other heathens that are confederate with Esau, Edom, and he's going to recompense them, the wicked. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. Yahushua said, and all them that don't want him to rule over them, what did he say? He said, bring them hither and slay them before me. Yahushua Hamashiach is not coming to pass out lollipops and hugs and kisses. He's coming to body some shit. Excuse my French. He's coming to get busy. And he ain't gonna be alone. Michael the archangel's gonna be with him. All the angels are gonna be with him, and they gonna make a speedy riddance of this damn devil, 1 hour, it says, 1 hour. So great riches shall come to naught, And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury. That's the indignation of the Lord, his righteous anger. And those nukes, those ICBMs, that's the indignation of the Lord, And I will bring down their strength to the earth. And that's pretty much the point. All right. So the day of vengeance, it's drawing nigh. No man knoweth the exact hour but Yahweh himself, But through measuring the times, these tokens that are left, we can see, man, shit is getting hot and heavy, And it's going to come a time when they're going to say enough is enough. And you best believe the third woe is going to commence, and them nukes are going to be shot off. That's the second death, the lake that burneth with fire. And we don't want no parts of that. We need to be on the chariot when them nukes are shot off, I don't want to Ratazah will make it. We keep enduring to the end, Keep pushing, man. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam yasharallah.